Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a virtual box. You're going to want to go into www.virtualbox.org and you're going to download your virtual box. You can use VMware. I'm just doing it on VirtualBox because VirtualBox has really been working pretty good for me. So, right here you're going to download it for Windows hosts, OS X hosts, Linux and Solaris. That's where you download them. There are extension packs. I recommend doing those so that you can support USB 2.0 devices and stuff. That's pretty much it. So you're gonna download it and install it. You're gonna come up with this guy right here, and when you run it, and you're going to want to click on New, okay? The operating system that I'm going to be using is Cylon Linux. Cylon Linux. And it's going to say Linux, and then those guys, Linux 2.6 or whatever. So Linux is different because some Linux distros are based off of other Linux distros. I am pretty sure that Cylon Linux is just regular Linux based. So most are Ubuntu based and stuff like that. But anyway, you're just going to click on Next. I have a 64-bit ISO. You're going to click on Next, and I'm going to drag my RAM up to 4 gigabytes because my computer can withstand that. I have about 10 gigabytes. And yeah, you're going to want it. That's what you guys choose onto because computers are different. They have different gigabytes of RAM and all that stuff. So now you're going to click on Next, and this is where you're going to create your hard drive. So you're going to click on Create, and this is a virtual hard drive. I always recommend to use virtual hard drive. You can use VDI or whatever, but I just use VHD because you can go into here and you can go into disk management, and you can actually attach a VHD. And when you attach a VHD, you can actually see the contents of the VHD and basically edit those files too, or add new files or whatever. So now you're going to click, you can't do that with the VDI. So now you're going to click Next, and do at least 15 gigabytes because I know Linux will freak out if you have less than that. They don't let you install the operating system. You can, if you're doing Windows XP or whatever, the installation may be a little bit different, but the setup is pretty much the same. So now you're going to click on Create, and it will create Cylon Linux right there. We still have not added in our ISO or anything to it. So we're going to click on Settings, and we're going to go into Storage. Right here we have an empty disk drive. Depending on the operating system, it may be different. These may be in the same exact controller, okay? Doesn't really matter. Just make sure you click on that, and you click on, if you have a disk, you can insert a disk, or you can just choose a virtual one, which is an ISO. I have a 64-bit ISO, so I'm going to go into Cylon Linux right here, and we have that thing filled. Now we're going to go into Network, and we're going to go to Bridge Adapter. Make sure this is your Wi-Fi card and select it and click on OK. Now right in here you're going to click on Start, and it will start up your virtual box. Alright, right here is, so you can install it, start the installer directly or whatever. Linux is cool because you can try out the operating system before you do it, but I'm just going to do start the installer directly. So you're going to hit enter, and is it doing anything? Yeah, okay. Just wait for that. Oh yeah, and by the way, you're always going to want to have Task Manager open while you're doing this stuff, so that if for some reason the VirtualBox seems to kill your computer, you can quit it right away. I don't really need that anymore because I have a lot of RAM on mine, but yeah, I just recommend that you have this open while you're doing it, and you have that selected. Now, this is still loading up. It'll say things like this. It's just because you're installing it. Not a big deal. I've never had any problems with it. Alright, now we're going to go into the installer here in a few seconds. Alright. So we're going to wait for the installer to come up. It'll come up pretty soon here. Alright, so we got the installer up here. The mouse won't always look like this, it's just how the installer has it. You're going to select your language and you're going to click on continue, and it'll do its little loading sign again. You have all these things checked off. I recommend to have all those checked off. You don't need to have them all checked off, but it doesn't matter. Download updates while installing, and do install third-party software. You don't have to do that, but I recommend it because it's just better to have that. It'll allow you to do it. Alright, so you're going to want to select the option that says erase disk and install your version of Linux or your Windows or whatever. You can also do something else, and you can create partitions and stuff. But I recommend just erasing the disk and installing it. And then you click on Install Now, and it's going to start to install. I'm going to pause the video because this usually oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so it's going to take you to where you are. If you are connected to the internet, it'll automatically find that for you. I'm going to click on continue, and as you can see, it's installing while we're choosing these options and stuff. But now we're going to keep on waiting for it to load up and stuff. And now it's going to ask for your language again and your keyboard layout. You're going to want to click on continue if these settings are all correct. You can also test your keyboard, but it doesn't really matter. And then you're going to click on continue. Now you have your name. Let me just type in my name here, and this is going to be your computer's name. This will actually show up on the network, so you might want to make it, reasonable, something that you can remember it by. And choose your password. I'm going to go with this password. Since you're on a VirtualBox, you are going to want to do login automatically, or you can just require password on login. Doesn't matter. Your settings. Now it's going to actually start the installation. I'm going to pause the video, and I will get right back to you. Alright guys, I am back, and I have this, the installation is now complete. It says that you need to restart your computer in order to use the new installation, so we're going to restart now. Now, as we restart this VirtualBox, there's going to be a new it's going to be totally different looking than this. It's going to have like, it's going to be the installation of Linux right there, or Windows or whatever. Once you restart it, most of them will restart with like, I know Windows will restart automatically at the end, but then it says down here at the bottom, please remove any installation media, then press enter. So I'm going to press enter. It automatically removes the installation media, and if it doesn't matter, it doesn't really matter if it's in there anyway. And it says will now restart. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Alright. It's coming up with the logo here. Cylon Linux. I kind of like this Linux distro. It's pretty nice. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to actually install the drivers needed. Super duper easy to do. It's not hard at all. Takes a few moments on the first startup because just installed it here. Come on. It's almost done. Almost. I hate it how you can't see your mouse when you go behind that. It's really hard. Because you're like trying to find your mouse. I have this thing where if you hit control though, you can see where your mouse is. Oh, come on up. Oh, why is it taking so long? Alright, so right now while we're showing you this, there are a few things that you can do inside these settings here. So there's your storage. You can actually insert ISOs into here. Pretty much whatever you want. And yeah. You can change your network here. And if you did get those extension packs, you can actually enable USB and stuff, and you can allow it to run. And it looks over here. I really like this preview on the side because you can actually see what's going on, but it looks like we are pretty much done here. So it doesn't look like, so with Linux there's no like dock on the bottom or anything. You have to add those in yourself. Oh yeah, I guess that there is a dock down there. But what we're going to need to do is we're going to wait a little longer for this thing to start up. Oh yeah, and look at that, there's a dock. So welcome to Ubuntu. Yeah, see, this was an Ubuntu operating system. I should have done it with Ubuntu, but don't upgrade. Doesn't matter. You can upgrade a later time by opening up the update manager and clicking on upgrade. Okay. It's slow because we're in the lower resolution here, but so now what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if everything is running correctly, which it seems it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up into devices, and you're going to insert guest edition CD image right here. Now you're going to wait a few moments. that yes, there we go. The medium contains software intended to be automatically started. Would you like to run it? You're going to want to click on Run. And it will open up a terminal. It'll ask you for your password. And you're going to authenticate it, and it will automatically install it for you. This package that it's installing is installing all the drivers you need. So this means it'll make it full screen. It'll make it, you can resize the window and it'll change the resolution for it. You can add in USB, you can take away USB, you can enable shared folders, whatever you want. So, now that we are getting to this, while this is downloading and stuff, I'm just going to take a little look. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to click on the settings here. Transparent. I want a grayscale. Never mind. I want transparent. Close. Oh yeah, there is this one thing. Settings. Panel mode. Yay. Let me go here and let me click on the settings again, and let's change the size. Open terminal here. Icon size, that's probably what we're looking for. Yeah, we can resize it there. Close. Don't show again. And I'm just going to pause this while we're waiting. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back. It says to press return to close the window. And I'm going to press return. And now all we need to do is we need to go up to here and we need to shut it down. And we are going to restart it. And now as you watch, it's going to restart. And then when it boots up again, the screen resolution will be all better and it'll be all outside and stuff. And we will have a great thing. Great little virtual box here. I love doing virtual boxes and stuff. They're pretty cool. I have a Windows XP and a few other things. You can install Wine on Linux, which means you can run Windows programs on them, which is pretty cool. Let me see what other things I have here. If I go into here, Windows XP, I have Easy Peasy, and I've also installed MS-DOS. Cyclone Linux is, I spelled that wrong, but it's supposed to be Cylon Linux. Yeah, but here's a Cylon Linux here. I named the tutorial one correctly. I will try my best to leave the download links to these in the description. And yeah, and check this out. We're beginning to get a big black screen here. And it will be, my computer's been turned on all day. It's probably, I'm thinking about reinstalling Windows onto it once Windows 10 comes out. But anyway, we have a nice little setup here once the docky thing turns on. Look at this, we got a good screen resolution. And the best part is if you click on view, you can switch it to full screen, and you can, so the host key is currently defined as the right control. So there's a right control on your keyboard, so there's a control on the left side, and then there's a control on the right side. And then if you hold down the right control and F, it will go into full screen automatically. So now, did you see how it automatically changed the resolution and stuff to what we needed it to? That is what that VirtualBox additions.iso thing is, and we can now probably eject that if we want to. It's not being that responsive to me at all. Alright, but anyway, that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, goodbye.